Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. Today is September 28th, 2015. My name is Rex Harris, and as always, it's an honor and a privilege to be able to spend some time with you here this evening. Tonight starts part 3 of the 4-step cash flow system brought to you by the Academy of Home Business.com. We're happy to have you here, and hopefully we'll be able to share some things with you here this evening that are going to be beneficial to you. Now, what we're going to do tonight is we're going to do a quick review of what we covered on the first 2 nights of this 4-part series, and then we're going to jump into where we left off in part 2. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn on screen sharing here, and away we will go. And anyone who's watching here this evening, if there's any hangups or hiccups with the stuff here, just let me know. See, Bill Jackley's hanging out here. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into this. So, like I said, first thing we're going to do, we're going to jump back. We're going to do a quick review of night number 1, which was the 4-step cash flow system process. And if you haven't already seen video number 1, just get back with the person that invited you here, or look us up on Facebook, AHB Tech and Mech, and you can request to join our group there and watch the videos at your convenience. So, the 4-step cash flow system is basically a way for you to build a foundation for your marketing system. Most marketing systems that are run by people with a lot of experience in online marketing branch off into multiple different systems themselves. But what a lot of people do is they fail to share with people that you can make money as you go in the development of your system, in the front end of whatever it is that you're using to give away an incentive. All right. 99.9% of that is going to come for those who are working in the world of online marketing, but it's not something that couldn't be used for, the purposes of offline businesses, direct mail, stuff like that as well. This is just a lot faster and a lot more efficient once you understand how to reach your target audience. So the process here walks you through step by step of how that process works, starting with the free high value incentive that you give away to your target audience as a measure of goodwill. And then from that goodwill, they continue to take action in your system to learn more of what you have to say. So one of the key things to remember in this, once you're building your funnel, is that yes, you can do a call to action early on in the process if you're giving big. And I recommend that if you're going to do a call to action right out of the gates and just go for really building a proven list of people that are willing to invest a little bit of money in themselves, that you give away the information that you've put together for people in increments. What happens is a lot of times is people try to give away the whole thing up front. I've got a 5-video series I'm giving away free of charge. Whoa, dude. Or do that. Hold the phone for a minute. You don't have to give away the farm on the front end. You do have to give big, but you can give it in such a way where people have to continue to take action and make a commitment as you go. Okay, so before we continue on in the process, let me show you what that would look like as an example. All right, so we'll go over here to ClickFunnels, and we will look at the capture system here. Actually, we'll look at number 2 because that's what we've been using for training purposes here, and that way it'll stay congruent. All right, and let me just open this link up here real quick so you can kind of get a visual idea of what I'm talking about. Okay, this is the lead capture page here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live.
Okay, and then if we jump back here real quick, we'll see that that's part 2 and the front end of putting together this foundation for your marketing system that you can use this process with. Okay, but when we're talking about people making a commitment, like I said in video number 1, every little action that they take is a commitment. So obviously the first call to action I'm going to make here is for them to click and get the free video. Okay, then the timer expires if they haven't clicked by then, and we cover that in part 2 of this series. Okay, then they can't get the offer. Okay, but if they do click the button in time, then the next action to get the free video is here. And then as I demonstrated on Hangout number 2, the next step in the process, if I'm going to do a call to action in a 4-step funnel like I'm showing you guys here tonight, okay, is going to be to deliver your high value incentive that you're giving people right here. Oh, I've got that timer set for like 3 seconds, so that's not going to stay on the page. But you guys get the gist of that. And of course, that timer, when it runs out, redirects people where I want them to go if they don't take action on the button, so I could do perhaps another call to action. Okay, but in that case, let me open that back up because that was just really kind of fast. I'm going to change that timer here because I want you guys to be able to see this. Okay, we'll just work on it in here. Okay, but people see this video, and in this video, you have to do 2 things. You've got to give a fantastic, credible solution to the problem that people are looking to solve for free, and build enough value in this that where the value you gave in the video would supersede the price tag of anything that you're offering for here. So if I was going to use this to lead over to the Academy of Home Business that has a $27 per month Pro Level 1 membership, then what I give here has got to far supersede 27 bucks. Okay, so always remember that in terms of conversion. Now, if I'm giving away a series of 5 videos, I deliver number 1, number 2, number 3 without any call to action, it's 100% goodwill, then I don't have to be as pointed with the value. As a matter of fact, I can actually go and use the value I'm giving away to leverage further action of maybe going to my blog to watch a training so I can start leveraging my list to get traffic there. Okay, perhaps a YouTube video and leverage that. Now, the thing is with YouTube videos, if you're going to send them via email, be very careful, because one of the easiest ways to get your YouTube channel shut down, and I've experienced this twice, is to directly send a YouTube video to your list. Because I've seen that happen to where people, for whatever reason, forget they subscribe to your list. They think you spammed them. And then what do? They go the extra mile to flag your video. Okay. So be very careful with that. Make sure that if you're going to do that, that you know for sure that you've got fantastic goodwill with your audience. And if you're going to incorporate a YouTube video to start generating traffic through one of your videos on YouTube so you can get more traffic, then I would encourage you to do that in the early stages of your marketing system before you did a call to action where you asked for, you know, a sale based on whatever product that you're presenting that expedites the solution to the problem people are looking for. Okay. So it's really just a matter of making sure that your value is timed correctly as you build your system. And the more effort you put into that, goodwill, incentive, the more you're going to endear people on your list and the more likely they are to buy from you. Okay. So let's jump back here again to the process. Okay. We've looked at the high value incentive as far as what that does and then where people go. And we took a little bit of a look at the capture page and then through to the compensation or the confirmation page, where in this case, I deliver the free incentive through the video and do a call to action as well. Okay. Now, primary sales offers are usually something that you want to build into your marketing system somewhere between 5 and 7 messages into your system. And the reason that you don't want to promote it too early is because it can be a huge turnoff for people. But if you've shown them in this part of the process here a really cool way to solve their problem, if this offer with a price tag on it can solve that problem for them bigger, better, and faster, after you've given them 5, interactions or 4 interactions, that's absolutely goodwill, and you want to show them a solution to that, a better solution to the problem, and by all means, you can incorporate your sales page there, but you want to make sure that you're utilizing this part of the process to solidify that relationship with your subscribers. Okay. Now, the other thing that we talked about here real quick before we move on the other night was cold, warm, and hot traffic. And again, if you go back to the previous videos in the group there, the AHB Tech and Mech on Facebook, you'll see where we went through a complete outline on cold, warm, and hot traffic. But cold, warm, and hot traffic are basically the 3 different types of traffic that you will market to. Cold traffic being traffic that's not already on your list, warm traffic and hot traffic, in a nutshell, people that are already on your list and you are offering them something else that can, be a potential solution to their problem as well. Okay. For those of you that don't understand what traffic is just simply visitors to a page that you're using to market on the internet. Okay, so if somebody were to find my link somewhere out in cyberspace and click on it and they landed on this page, that's traffic. Okay, that's what that is. Okay, very simple. Conversion is when somebody takes an action on anything that you're offering, whether they're converting from a visitor to a subscriber or a subscriber to a customer or client, whatever it is that you're offering people. Okay, your incentive is the gift that you're giving away on the front end, so people will subscribe to your list to receive that gift that you're giving away. And then the other term that we talked about there, it's segmenting your list, which is basically breaking down your subscribers into more defined interest groups, and that's what really makes up your warm and hot traffic here. Okay, now on night number 2, we actually built this marketing system live for people to see. And again, videos available through the AHB Tech and Mech group on Facebook. So let me go ahead and open that editor up again real quick. We got the capture page there as a sample. And we showed people how to go through the system here and easily create, a simple little marketing system that they can utilize to start building a list with, whichever audience they want to target. Really doesn't matter which, you can target whichever audience you want. You're most likely going to be able to make money with that audience if you have a cool solution to a problem that your audience may have, or if you've got just something that your audience has shown interest in buying out there, and maybe you've got a little bit better version of the mousetrap or something like that. Okay. But the whole point of this is that you can get front-end conversion sales, and those front-end conversion sales make up a percentage of the overall sales volume your funnel is going to generate. Because the truth of the matter is, you're not going to get a sale every time somebody subscribes to your list. You're not going to get a sale every time they opt in and land on your sales page or your promo page. But if you continue the marketing process and continue to insert goodwill into your system, along with solutions that have price tags, because of the fact that you've earned people's trust, they are going to buy from you. It's really just that simple a process. The biggest problem is a lot of people try to take a shortcut when it comes to this. And you have to understand that in order for you to make any money here, that there's just a process that you're going to have to follow. All right. And if you follow that process, you will get conversion on your front end. The next place that you're going to get conversion is inside of your marketing system, which is your autoresponder. If you have an automated email series that's going out to people, continuing to deliver on the promise that you made to them when they subscribe to your list, there's going to be a percentage of that conversion that comes through that as well. And when I'm talking about getting conversion on your front end, that's exactly what I'm speaking of. Getting some of the conversion that you are going to get there on that page behind your capture page if you set it up correctly, and then the conversion that will come from, maybe the first 3 to 5 letters in your marketing system. Beyond that, we're not even there yet. But there's a whole nother process that you can build behind that. And all of the tools that we're sharing with you guys here and have demonstrated that they are very simple to use are at your fingertips, and you can build these things and do the same thing, that we're doing, and we can show you exactly how to do that. Okay, it's not really near as complicated as what a lot of people make it out to be, but it's like anything else in life. All right, if I go down to McDonald's and I get a job flipping hamburgers, if I've never worked there before, in order for me to be efficient in that job, I'm going to have to learn the process of, everything from cooking the meat to preparing the items on the sandwich, assembling the sandwich, and where it goes when it's done. What exactly my role in that process is. Okay. Your role in this process is really very simple. And there are only 3 options. Number 1, you can learn how to do this stuff yourself. Number 2, you can pay somebody to do it for you. Or number 3, you can form joint ventures with people where it's a win-win for both of you. Okay, but for those of you that want to build a network marketing-based business opportunity, especially, this is a skill that can be very beneficial for you to acquire for a multitude of reasons, including being able to teach these tools to the people in your organization and then earn commissions from people purchasing those tools as well. Now, I understand that depending on the business opportunity, some of them have different ideas as far as cross promotion and all that stuff goes. That's why I really don't do MLM anymore. But for those of you that are, okay, there's more than just the opportunity to build your business in this. Okay, and for those of you that aren't in network marketing and just want to make money, you know, selling products or services or training or whatever it is that you want to do, the process is equally important if you ever plan to have people consistent, you know, buy from you consistently, because it's a little bit different when it comes to the affiliate approach versus the network marketing approach. Okay, with the network marketing approach, if you get a team that's building consistently and have a handful of people in there, when I say handful, maybe 3 to 5 if you're really good, who are also building, okay, well, you have your compensation plan for that business opportunity creating a significant chunk of your residual income. As an affiliate marketer, unless your product has a monthly subscription fee or you're running a membership site or something along those lines, you know, direct selling of products is going to be a constant, ongoing process for you, because regardless of what it is that you're building, the process never stops, ever, because the process stops, business stops. Tell you that straight up. Okay. So that gets us about up to speed on where we are. And like I said, if you want to see the mechanics of the actual build of this system, that's available in the second video for that workshop. So let's go back in here now into our workshop for the opt-in page and look at how to set up our autoresponder. Okay, I'm going to walk you through the entire process here. Okay, and I'm going to show you that there are 2 ways to do this, and then I'm going to show you what I believe is the more simple way to do it, because it gives you a little bit more control over your system and you can get a little bit more creative with how you organize your pages in your system. If you say do it manually, but I mean, to me, it's a little bit, it's even faster and I think easier to understand. So when you're inside ClickFunnels, you're going to go up here to the right hand side. You're going to see a button that says email. Okay, and you're going to click that button. Now, what you're going to see here is what's called the autoresponder integration. And this is basically, like it says here, what helps you hook up your autoresponder to this lead capture page. And you have multiple types of integration to choose from, okay, including Aweber, a multitude of other autoresponders, and just your basic HTML form from your autoresponder, which is what I'm going to show you here this evening. Because if you have an autoresponder that is not supported by ClickFunnels, you can still use the HTML form here and have this integrate and work with pretty much any autoresponder that's out there. So for integration, I chose HTML form. And then for the action, I have select an integration action. And I'm going to select integrate existing form, add HTML below. Now, when I do that, you're going to see this opens up a box for me that says paste web form code here, and then parse and save form. So in order for me to connect this, obviously, I have to have an autoresponder set up here in Aweber. So if you don't already have an Aweber account, once you've created it and you're logged in, you just click home here. And then if you go over to manage lists, you will see a green button here that says create a list. Okay. So here, I'm just going to start setting up the autoresponder, my company name. Okay. Academy of Home Business website, Academy lovehomebusiness.com. All right. And then down here, okay, you have to use a valid mailing address too. And if you're not comfortable using your home mailing address, then you'll have to get a P.O. box. But that is a requirement. What sender name and email address should appear with your emails? Well, I can't go into my email accounts anymore because of privacy policies on YouTube. But if you visualize for a moment what your inbox looks like with whatever software platform you're using, and you look at your inbox, you'll see the subject of the email that was sent to you to the right, and then over on the left, you will see the sender name. And that's what you want to put there. And I always recommend that you use personal branding for both your sender name and your sender email address. And if you don't already have one, okay, it's very important that you have a domain name that's branded to your name with email attached to it for the purposes of your sender email. Because using Yahoo, using Gmail, using Hotmail, AOL, or any of those other free email-based resources that exist on the internet, 99% of the time are going to automatically send you to somebody's spam folder now. So this is why it's very important to have a good quality branded email address. All right. So in the next step, this is what you're going to call your list. Now, obviously, we're calling this 4-step cash flow system. So the obvious thing to do here is to name it the same thing so I don't get confused. And then for description here, it's going to be free training system that shows people how to build a marketing system. I'll build a list of targeted prospective customers, clients, etc. Okay, that's it. And then I'm going to click next step. Now, in email marketing, we have what's known as a single opt-in and a double opt-in. All right, you might think, well, holy smokes, what is that? I'm going to make it real easy for you. Okay, let's go back here to our lead capture page here, and my beautiful, glorious mugshot here. When somebody comes here and clicks on this button and they enter their name and email address here, some systems will send people to a default page or even a page that you create here to send people back to their inbox to click another link to confirm that they want to be on your list. That's what's known as a double opt-in. Okay, I don't use double opt-in. Okay, Aweber gives me the opportunity to use single opt-in, so I choose that. But when I'm when I'm setting up my autoresponder, okay, I still have to set up one of these confirmation messages. So I just click the drop down arrow and I click response required. And then I come down here and I click approve message and create list. Okay, so you'll see here now up here in the upper right hand side, we have 4-step cash flow system there. So my actual autoresponder is set up now. Okay, so the next step in the process is I'm going to go to list options here, and then I'm going to go to list settings. And when I go to list options, I'm going to see basic settings, which is what we just did, okay, with the exception of where we want our notification emails to go. Okay, now this is completely optional. You don't have to receive any notification emails if you don't want them. But when I have an advertising campaign running, I like to see subscribers coming into my list and I like to get the notifications. So here I would just have them send my notifications, in this case to work with Rex Harris at gmail.com. And I'm going to click add. Now, when it comes to notification emails, you don't have to worry about, branding and stuff there. You can get notification emails sent wherever you want, and they're going to deliver to you just fine. Okay. They may end up delivering to your spam folder, but they're still going to deliver. And in most cases, they're going to go to your inbox, or like in Google Plus, maybe to one of the tabs that you have set up. All right. So once I've done that, I click Save Settings, and then I go over here next to personalize my list. All right. This is where my company branding goes. So if I have an image that I wanted to use that, so if I go to Academy of Home Business, wherever it is that I have a picture on file, I think it's in here. Maybe not. I don't even remember. Like here, we'll just use this one here as an example. Okay. Click open, click upload, and boom, my image is right there. Okay. So I have Academy of Home Business for my company name. I have my website URL there. Then my email signature is going to be Rex Harris. Okay. CEO, Academy of Home Business. And then I may put maybe my email address here, be my Skype, Twitter, Facebook, or combination 3, Skype, Twitter, Facebook, Rex Harris live. And then, if I want people calling me, I can put my phone number in there too. Okay. That makes up my email signature. I know a lot of people like to utilize this for incorporating little ads and stuff like that into. I don't recommend doing that. It used to work. It does not work like it used to. So keep that in mind when you're setting up your signature. Now here you have your social media sharing options. And you can actually connect Twitter. I do connect my primary Twitter account because that's for business to my Aweber, but because of the fact that I use Facebook for everything, I don't send email notifications out to my Facebook profile. Okay. What you choose to do based on the way that you built your Facebook account is up to you, but it's as easy to set up as coming in here, clicking the button, and it will run you right through the process where if I click OK here, okay, Aweber Email Marketing would like to post to Facebook for you. Who do you want to share these posts with? I would select whoever I want to share them with. Maybe I've got a Facebook profile that I'm using that's strictly for business, and all of my friends are business associates. So I want to have that just posted to friends. Okay, public, however, but that's where I choose that. And then I click OK. And Aweber Email Marketing would like to manage your pages. Choose what you allow. It'll actually manage your fan pages and stuff there, which I'm not going to go through. And just like that, Aweber is connected with my Facebook here. And at any time I want to shut it off, I just click the X. Okay. Broadcast archive settings. Okay. This is where the broadcasts that you have sent to your list are going to be stored if you ever wanted to use them again or for whatever reason. And this is just basically where you would preview that archive. If you wanted to use an actual unsubscribe page or create your own, okay, this is where if people unsubscribe from your list, they're going to go. Okay, that's what your unsubscribe page looks like if you're going to use your picture. Okay, or if you're going to use your logo, that type of thing. And that's where people would unsubscribe. Okay. Creative text snippets. Now, these are cool here because they will save you a lot of time. All right. So if I was going to have a email series created where I wanted to have creative control over certain elements of that list without having to go through and manually change, the information in my letters. This is where global text snippets come in handy, because I can create a snippet that, that says, money bags like this. And then my snippet can be visit us online today. Then if I add that, now anytime I add that little snippet right there to any email, visit us online today is always going to show up there. So anything that I want to make sure is, if I've got a promo that I'm running in an email that has a specific price tag, and I'm going to run an expiration on that price tag, for example, this would be a great way for me to manage that if I was going to do like a 4 or 5 letter series on a weekend where I did like just a massive rollout of a product. And for every email I wanted to change the amount, I could just come in here and change the amount under that global text snippet. Okay. And then anytime that I want to edit it or delete it, I can just make it vanish right there. Okay. And then save settings. All right. Excuse me. Let me grab a drink of water here real quick. I got a bit of a frog in my throat there. La, 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 la. Here we go. Okay. Now, let's go back then to step number 3, which is going back to that confirmed opt-in that we talked about here a few minutes ago. Okay. What we chose in the setup process was just a pre-written letter that's already in here that we could use if we choose to. All right. But what I do is I go down here and then I turn off confirmed opt-in. That's all I do. Okay. If I've got confirmed opt-in on, and when somebody confirms, then what I would then have to do is when they click that confirmation email is send them here to the page that I wanted them to go if I was going to confirm. And a lot of people, once they opt in, don't go back and confirm, especially with some autoresponders, it's almost zero. So I just don't use it. It's not a problem if I don't use it. So I leave it at that. And then obviously save settings. And now the autoresponder component of this is completely built. The only thing that I have left to do now are to add my follow-up series of emails that are going to be going out to people, and the sign-up form that will be incorporated into my lead capture page. So to set up my sign-up form here, I just click sign-up forms and I click create your first sign-up form. And you'll see now with Aweber, I love what they did with Aweber. I really do. They have made Aweber so super simple and easy for people to use now. It's the best version they've ever put out. They granted over the years it's not always been easy to keep up with them, but man, they've got training videos in here now next to your processes and everything. They really did a nice job with the last update. So yay for Aweber. Everybody give them a woohoo. Okay, so this is the basic standard form that I will see when I go to create my form in Aweber. The cool thing about this, because of the fact that we're using ClickFunnels, all I need is to be able to collect a name and an email here. That's it. Okay. Now, if you look closely, you're going to see where this is broken down into different sections. You'll see I got a header section here, a name section there, an email section here. Obviously, the sign up button. Then I got a privacy section here, and I've got powered by Aweber here. Well, what I'm going to do is all these little sections, because I only want this box, and that button for my form code here. I'm going to turn off all those little spots down there until all I have. Screen share is blurry? Really? Isn't that interesting? I wonder what would cause that. Let me try turning it off and turning it back on. Okay, I'm going to try turning it back on. Hello. Hopefully that'll fix it. If not, not sure what to tell you. Oh, it fixed itself? Okay, well, there you have that then too. So once we have our name, email, and sign up selected, the next thing we do is we click Save Our Form. Then we go to step 2, and here we give our form a name. Guess what we're going to call it? 4-step cash flow system. Why? So it's easy for us to remember. We know which one is which. Okay, 4-step cash flow system. Okay, now the thank you page. Let's go back and look at that. All right. So let me save this here. We can come back in here. And I'm going to exit out of this. And then we're going to go back to the thank you page. Now, what this is asking for here is basically which URL do you want to send people to, which web address do you want to send people to once they click the button and subscribe to your list. That's what you're telling this system to do right here. Okay, so in ClickFunnels, I already have that set up, and I want people to go directly to this page that I have set up here with the free training video and the call to action. So this is going to be the link that I'm going to use for my thank you page there. Okay. They call it thank you page, but it's whichever page that you want your form to redirect to when someone subscribes to your list. Okay. Now you'll see here that I have an option to open this in a new window. There are very few circumstances in which I would recommend that you have a new window open when somebody clicks your subscription button. So few, in fact, I can't even think of any right now. Okay. If I ever do come up with a reason, I will make sure to let you know. I've thought of it a couple times, but nonetheless, when somebody's subscribing to my list, they're done with the capture page. I don't really see a reason why, unless I had a fantastic reason to do so, to open that in a new window when somebody subscribes. Because the thing that you take into, the consideration of when you do that is that a lot of these browsers and stuff now are set to block pop-up windows. Okay. All right, for you guys that are chatting with me, remember I've got screen sharing on and people can see everything that you say, just as an FYI. What in the world, man? It's like my throat's like drying up or something. So I want to make sure when somebody subscribes to that page that they are for sure going to see, the next page, and that I'm not taking the risk of a pop-up blocker or an ad blocker or virus software or malware software or any other type of ware blocking that pop-up window. Because basically by selecting this, I'm putting myself at risk for lower conversion. Okay. So if you're ever going to use that, have a really, really good reason to do so. Okay, have a plan in place. All right, now here we have what's called the already subscribed page, which basically means if somebody comes to your page and tries to opt in again, what's going to happen? Well, Aweber has just a basic version of the already subscribed page, which is what I always use. But you can take it to a new level as you build out your system. And when somebody does subscribe again, you can revert them to a different offer. Okay. And you might have a video on that page It says, "Oh, hi, hey, it's Rex. It's great to see you here. Just wanted to give you a shout of thanks for. I know you've been on my list for a while, and I want to make sure that you're getting everything that you're looking for. I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but you actually just resubscribed to one of my lists that you're already on. Okay, so to help me help you." I've created just a little questionnaire here below this video where you can contact me directly, and I can better assist you with what it is that you're looking for if you wanted to take that route. Okay. This system can be just as cool as you decide to create it to be once you know your options. Okay. So there are multiple options for doing this. Okay. For now, we're just going to stick with the basic version. All right. Here we have some advanced settings for those of you that have specific tracking that you want to use. I always use tracking links in my email, so I don't use a lot of the advanced tracking inside of Aweber. Okay, but if you want to use that, you've got all the training in here to do that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to save my form, and then I'm going to go to step 3. Now, when I get to step 3, you'll see I will install my form. My web designer will install my form, or have Aweber host my form. What we're going to choose, because of the fact that we're using ClickFunnels, is I will install my form, and then I'm going to have 2 different options for form code here. I'm going to have what's called the JavaScript snippet, and I'm going to have the raw HTML version of the form code. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click raw HTML version. I'm going to put my mouse in the box. I'm going to click once. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, if it doesn't take, then I just grab it myself. I just highlight the whole thing. Okay, or you can just do a right click on your mouse, and in most thing, if you're using a Windows-based system, click select all, right click, copy, and then back in ClickFunnels. All right, we're going to go back into our opt-in page here where we were working. Okay, we're going to go back to email here. Okay, where I had HTML form and integrate form. I'm going to right click on my mouse and I'm going to click paste there. And then I'm going to click parse and save web form. Okay, now at this point in time, your name box and your email box are not automatically connected by default right here. Okay. So what I have to do in ClickFunnels is just make sure that they are synced, that the name is synced with name, and that email is synced with email. And then once I am done with that, I click save. All right, and now my autoresponder is connected to my lead capture system. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and exit out of here. And then back into Aweber, because I'm done here. Now it's time to go start creating our follow-up series. Okay. So this is what's going to make or break your marketing system right here, is how you conduct yourself with your audience. If you try to go for sales too quick, you are most likely not going to get the results you're looking for. And just like everything we've done through this training so far, we want to keep everything we do congruent, from the words that we use to the colors that we choose, all of that stuff. Keep things as congruent as we possibly can. Okay. This is called, 4-step cash flow system. So inside my system, guess what? It's going to be called 4-step cash flow system. When I'm talking to people about it in my messages, it's going to be 4-step cash flow system until I get to a point where I introduce a solution that might be bigger, better, and faster, or shows them how to go larger, expand, and begin to work on taking the basic system and creating it into what will eventually just become a huge funnel that generates and perpetuates traffic for them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I have a term for that. I call it an infinity loop. I came up with that term for a website a while back, and people didn't get it. So as we continue through this and into the academy, as we begin to build out these big systems, you guys will see what I mean when I'm talking about an infinity loop. It was probably information that people just weren't ready to receive because they just didn't have the basics, which is what we're working on now. So let's go back to our page here. I have offered people here an inside sneak peek at the internet cash flow strategies of the pros for free. Be on your way to making money online in minutes with these powerful, simple to understand techniques. Okay. So a subject line then for my first email may be, and I always like to be cordial when I'm doing my emails. All right. And use people's names. Okay. If you've never read it, I don't have, for those of you that know, I recently just basically stripped all of the old personal development books out of my life because they were no longer serving me. But the one that I did hold on to, I mean, I held on to quite a few, that didn't remove God from the equation. But on Kindle, one of my favorite books, and this is why you guys see me use people's names all the time when we go out to dinner and stuff like that. I call people by name. I call cashiers by names. I call waitresses by names and waiters by names, unless I have an issue with them, and then I may just call them something else. Or if they're cool, I'll just call them dude. Okay. But most of the time I'm using people's names. And the best book, I think, on understanding the importance of this very technique is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Okay. So use people's names. Okay. Are you ready to, let me see. Depending on what I call it in my video. All right. If I call this in the video, if I say 4-step cash flow system, click the button on the right. Okay. Then 4-step cash flow system is going to be part of this. Okay. Now, something else that you have to be careful with when it comes to creating your content. All right. A little bit further down the internet marketing rabbit hole we go. Okay. So words that trigger spam filters. Okay. The spam filters are basically the enemy of email marketers. Okay. If some are so inclined, you might look at spam triggers as the just the just the antichrist of email marketers, man. It's really, spam filters are just that bad. I mean, they're horrible, but there are ways that you can work around them. All right. And I'm going to show you an easy way to work around them, because if you go to Google and you type in words that trigger spam filters and you click on any of these, I mean, good luck memorizing the countless words that could send your email to a spam folder and miss somebody's inbox, which means that you lose money. And if you guys think that every little component of this isn't important, rethink, because it is. All of it's important. Okay. Now you'll look at these here and you might think, in terms of marketing, you see marketing words, you might say, well, yeah, that makes sense. But, obviously Xanax and Viagra and all the product sales that went on for years online, obviously there. But I mean, then you think of a word like medicine. where if you send a message to your spouse as they're on the way home from somewhere to stop and pick up, medicine from the pharmacy, okay, whoop, could that go to a spam filter? Well, it could. Would it go in that case? Probably not, based on the other words around it that it was used, okay? All of that factors into this. Think of a word like call. Send your wife a message one day, hey, give me a call here when you got a few minutes. Oh, okay. Well, boom. What if that goes to the spam filter and they miss it? Okay, so it's very important that you are a student of the game and know what's going on. Understand the word free. Don't abuse that. And it's not that the word free won't still get delivered from time to time. And if your message is not good, Aweber will let you know it's not good so you can fix it. But it's very, you need to know that this is a real thing here. That there are some things that you can do that are just silly, like putting dollar signs and even exclamation points in your subject line, or even question marks that could get you sent to spam. If you guys have been on my list for any length of time, you will see, and not that I don't ever do it, but I very rarely put any punctuation other than, the hashtags in a subject line. Okay. Because people are now, for a multitude of reasons, people are now, call it what it is, programmed to look at hashtags because they have a better understanding of what they are. So I'm going to use that. All right. So yeah, 4-step. So this here would be 4-step, and you'll notice here I'm not like capitalizing the first letter here. Okay, I want this to get delivered. There's other ways that I can get people's attention. 4-step. Obviously I'm going to put cash flow system. Is going to be part of this. All right, and I might not even start with it. Might go down here and start with their name by just going personalize and first name. Okay. Your 4-step cash flow system is ready, or maybe is, let me think about this for a minute. System is minutes away, along those lines. Because obviously when they come in, I'm going to start walking through the process, share with them everything that we're doing, so on and so forth, get them to the academy, get them to our live masterminds, all this stuff, and this massive monster marketing system that I've been building, like the Leviathan, that like giant sea monster out there that its arms and tentacles just go everywhere. But anywho, it's just simple things like this that are going to help people not get confused in your marketing system. Okay. And it's going to help you not get confused by consistently naming things the same thing. And believe me, I see people come in here in Aweber and they call their system one thing, and they call their form something else, and they call this something else. And then on top of it, they can't even remember their stinking passwords. And believe me, all right, I would be willing to bet, and maybe we'll run a contest on this sometime if there's a way to do it. I'd be willing to bet that there are 35 to 45% of the people who use Aweber who don't remember their password consistently. Okay. So my subject line is created. Call them by name. Your 4-step cash flow system is minutes away. Okay. Now, this is where I'm going to think about what the person who just watched, okay, the video on my landing page is thinking about. And what are they thinking about? They're thinking about that 4-step cash flow system because that's what I just showed them. I just showed them how the process worked, how to build it, the whole 9 yards. Okay. Now I'm going to start encouraging them to get started and build their own. Not necessarily through trying to cram ClickFunnels down their throat, but by feeding more goodwill into my system. And I can do that just through the email here. Okay, I don't really need another video. I mean, could I do another video? Yes. Will I do another video? Yes. Okay, but do I need to do a video every time? Not necessarily. Okay, I just delivered this video to them, and when they were done, they were redirected to the Academy of Home Business where they saw more videos and got more information. So first name, your 4-step cash flow system is minutes away. Okay, so let's say then that they have watched the process video. Okay, here on the big version of the page. Now I have to, again, go back to the fact that they're thinking about all of this right now, all right? And then talk to them about it. You know how many times I get emails from people out there where I've opted into their system and their first message talks to me about something completely different, doesn't even engage me on what I just looked at? Okay? So I've got to think simply. I've got to think exactly that. What is this person thinking about right here? Well, he's thinking about this system. Okay. Might even be thinking about the academy if he clicked this link. Okay. So that's what I want to engage them about. I'm not going to engage them about the academy first, though. I'm going to engage them about the video and see what I can do to offer further assistance. Remember, the beginning part of my system is all about goodwill. Okay. So very simple email, you know, hi, Bob, hi, Susie, hi, Sally, whoever it is. Okay. Just wanted to check in real quick to make sure you were able to watch video number 1 of, okay, 4-step cash flow system. And 4-step cash flow system. Okay. If you haven't, if for some reason you haven't seen the video yet, you can go here and watch it now. Okay. All I'm doing right now is offering people goodwill and taking care of them. Okay. That's what I'm doing. This is how you earn trust with people. Okay. Right now, I'm not thinking about how am I going to sell 1,000 ClickFunnels accounts by January 1st. Okay. That's not what I'm thinking about right here. Okay. I already know how I'm going to do it. What I'm thinking about here is this person and how I can be of service to them. I'm working from a place of genuine compassion and concern for this person because I have some serious concerns about the home business workspace, and I have some serious compassion for the people that have been steamrolled by it for more than a decade. So that is what is going to show through in my interaction with these people. Yes, this system's automated. Yes, they're going to get automated messages. Okay. But just because the process is automated doesn't mean that I take my heart out of it. It doesn't mean that I just focus on make as much money as I possibly can over and over and over again. And if the person buys, great. If they don't, great. Okay. Well, that's the truth. I still am going to come from a place of the heart when I create this content and instill in this person a genuineness that I am here to be of service to you. That's why I'm here. You're going on a journey. I'm here to help you along whichever path I can help you along in that journey. Okay, this is where I want to make an impression. So you'll see the first thing that I did here, I'm just checking real quick to make sure that you got what you asked for. And if you didn't get it, boom, here it is. Okay. So I go back here. I'm going to save this. And I'll exit out of here. And then here is the URL for that particular landing page. So I'm going to go back to Aweber. And then I'm going to highlight where it says watch it now. And then if you look up here in the editor, you'll see it works very much just like Microsoft Office or OpenOffice or other word processors. I just click the link, and down here where I have the box that says URL, I just paste that into the box and I click OK. Now this text here is linked to that page. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to follow what Simon Sinek teaches as what's called the golden circle. Okay, and if you've never watched his video, it's probably one of the few videos left out there just because from a marketing perspective, it's so good that I would refer you to. Okay. But long story short, the golden circle basically reverses the process that has been consistently when it comes to business and sales over and over and over again, what, how, and why to why, how, and what. Okay. Because people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. This person, and this is where, again, I have to think like my subscriber is thinking. First thing I need to know, why is this person on this page? Well, why did I intend for them to be here? Because I have a solution for people who want to generate cash quickly, for people who want to build a mailing list of people that will buy from them over and over again. So I need to take that into consideration when on this next step here, I'm sharing with that person why I'm doing what I'm doing. Okay. So this is where I like to take what I've learned from Neil Patel as a blogger and apply it to my autoresponder messages. Okay. And it's a simple reminder to everyone to make sure that you are including the words I and you in your messages, because that's part of what helps you make that connection. You might not think it means much, but believe me, it does, because we want this person to relate with us. I have a problem, I can help them solve. I had that problem, I know what it's like to have that problem. And I also know how to show you how to solve it. Okay. Then I'm going to think about who this particular audience is. This particular audience is going to be used to target people in the world of internet marketing, home business, and network marketing. So as long as I know exactly who it is I'm talking to, I can use things you and I both know. Okay. That getting started in a traditional brick and mortar business, or even a referral based business, okay, i.e., direct sales, I would throw in there. It's not direct sales, because direct sales is probably one of the once you got the training, man, if you can sell, you can go make money. A brick and mortar business, or even a referral based business, that two things are required to make that happen. Okay. Time business. That two things are required to make that happen. Okay. Time and money. Most people who are looking for a way to make money using the internet are interested in making it now, not later. Okay. The good news is that when you follow the plan and have the tools to implement the plan, we have given you as part of, wait, I can't say that. The good news is that when you follow the plan and have the tools to implement the plan, oh yeah, that's what I want to say, to implement the plan we have given you. I don't want to insinuate that the tools are given. I wanted to make sure I was wording that correctly. Very important that you do that, because that's when you start getting emails of, well, I thought you said that was included. No, I never said it was included. Well, it says right there in your email, have the tools to implement the plan we have. Say no. It says the good news is that when you follow the plan and have the tools to implement the plan we have given you, referring, we gave you the plan. So I might even say, in that case too, maybe I would even bold that. Okay. Call that out. To implement the plan we have given you, there aren't really any faster ways to get into cash flow quickly and consistently. Okay, because that's the truth. All right, your life gets a whole lot better when you become a list builder. If I wasn't a list builder, good grief. Not only would I be bored, there's a lot of times in life where I'd have been in worse situations and bored. I tell you how many times having a list has bailed me out. Okay. Always important too to save as you go. Make sure you save as you go so you don't lose anything. Okay. So far we've got, what time is it? Okay. We got a few minutes left. Just wanted to check in real quick to make sure you were able to watch video number 1 of 4-Step Cash Flow System. If for some reason you have seen the video, or you have if for some reason you haven't seen the video yet, you can go here and watch it now. That makes it clickable. You and I both know that getting started in a traditional brick and mortar business, or even a referral-based business, that 2 things are required to make that happen: time and money. Most people who are looking for a way to make money using the internet are interested in making it now, not later. The good news is that when you follow the plan and have the tools to implement the plan we have given you, there are actually, there aren't any, let me try that again. There aren't really any faster ways to get into the cash flow quickly and more consistently. Try saying that 5 times fast. You'll probably bite your tongue off. Okay, so as promised in video 1, here is the setup, and here is the video we created to show you how to build a custom marketing system from the ground up. Okay. Don't forget to get your free trial of ClickFunnels so you can, I'm going to say don't forget, because that's just dumb. Okay. Make sure you get your free trial of ClickFunnels. Okay. If you don't already have it, so you get your free trial of ClickFunnels if you don't already have it, so you can stay up to date on the training. Okay, here's the next video. Enjoy. Rex. Actually, you know what? I'm going to change it up a little bit. Okay. Okay, if you haven't already done so, make sure to set up your ClickFunnels account now. Okay. PS. Okay. You can try ClickFunnels for free. Okay. For free. To see whether or not it's for you. Okay. By going here. Okay. So in that case, then, my cat just thought all of a sudden, hey, it'll be cool to dig at the carpet. Not so much. Okay. I've already got the ClickFunnels affiliate link there. That was the easiest way for me to get to it. So I go back here. All right. Again, just like I hyperlinked earlier, mouse over, click the link, paste my affiliate link there, click OK. If I'm going to deliver another video, video number 2, the link would go here. Okay, when that's ready, I would link to that to deliver video 2. All right. So I click save, and then I click save and exit. Okay, now I'm going to come here where it's asking me for send options. Okay. put a check in the box, click send options. I can send a test email. Okay. I can schedule this as a broadcast, or I can add it to my follow-up series, which is what I want to do. So I click add to follow-up series, and then it's going to show me the subject here, which I could edit there if I wanted to. It shows me the interval, which is follow-up number 1 is the welcome message your subscribers will get immediately after signing up. And I'm using the tracking right inside Aweber by checking this little box. And then I click add to follow-up series. And let it do its saving and thinking and all the good stuff that it does. And boom, here it is right here. Okay, now, one more thing before we go, and then we'll dive back into this stuff tomorrow night and get into creating incentives and whatnot. There's something here called campaign sharing that can make your life very easy, okay? If you're going to go through the process of creating an autoresponder series and you want to be able to share that autoresponder series with other people on your team, or maybe 3 or 4 different business partners you're running a JV deal with, maybe you're running split test on 4 different versions of the lead capture page, you can use what's called campaign sharing. Okay, and to enable campaign sharing, you just come here to the drop-down menu and you choose, do you want to share your follow-up messages, your broadcasts only, or follow-ups and broadcasts? So let's say, well, I want people to not only get the follow-ups, but also be able to send the broadcasts when they go out too. So I'm going to let them have the follow-ups and broadcasts, and then I'm going to click save. And now watch what happens. Now I have a code here that just vanished. Okay, but it's still here. I have a code here that now anybody on my team who is going to utilize this same autoresponder series, all I have to do is send them that code. All they have to do is paste it in here, click load campaign, and it will automatically load that entire campaign into their autoresponder for them. Okay, so that's a pretty cool thing to know about Aweber. So, in quick review before we wrap this up, okay? In the first 3 videos of this series, we have given you the process and we have given you the complete mechanics for setting this up. For those of you that are planning on following along and going through the advanced training in the academy, now is the time, whatever you have to do to get this done. Get ClickFunnels if you don't have it. Get Aweber if you don't have it. Okay, you can get them right through the referral builder inside the Academy of Home Business. Get in here and get to work and at least start putting the pieces together. Okay, I don't expect you at this stage of the game with this training series to be a rock star marketer yet. Okay, we are teaching you how to develop the platform to become a rock star marketer, so to speak. Okay, so far in video number 1, we covered the process. Video number 2, we created how to create the pages and put them all together. And tonight we showed you how to incorporate Aweber all the way through to your first autoresponder message. Okay, from here on out, the only acceptable outcome after I've showed you guys all this stuff, quite honestly, for me, is to keep up. That's the only acceptable outcome. If you're not going to do what I'm showing you how to do, then there's probably not a whole lot of point in you wasting your time with this. There's probably something else out there that's more important to you and on your heart than this stuff, and that might be the route that you need to go. Sometimes we need to go explore those things. Lord knows I have had to lately. Okay? I don't say that to be mean. I don't say that to be cruel. I say that coming from a place of compassion. There comes a point in time where people have to evaluate, is this really for me. And entrepreneurship isn't for everyone. Ministry isn't for everyone. Charity isn't for everyone. Having a job isn't for everyone. Okay. You may be looking at this thinking, wow, maybe this isn't for me. Then maybe it's time to go back and evaluate what it is that you really want, what's in your heart, and just pursue that. Okay. So, again, one more time before we wrap up, if you don't have access to video number 1 and video number 2 right now, okay, all you got to do is go to Facebook. It's very simple. I'll show you exactly how to do it. Go to Facebook, okay? Go over here to AHB, or go over here to the search bar, type in AHB Tech and Mech Mastermind. Click on that. And if you're not already a member of the group, send us a request to join and we will approve you. Okay? And as long as you stay in the group and behave and don't irritate us, we'll let you stay. Okay? But here, if you scroll down here, you'll see there's video number 1 from night 1 and then video there from night 2. Okay? All you got to do is come here and request to join the Academy of Home Business Tech and Mech Mastermind online, and we will get you plugged into that. Alrighty. So with that, we are going to go ahead and wrap up for this evening. It is Monday night and it's 9 o'clock, and I know that the majority of the people who work in the home business workspace have things to do at 9 o'clock, so I'm not going to take up any more of your time. I think with the last 3 videos that we just put out, I think that you have... Why is my camera not coming back on? Why is that acting goofy? There it is. Yeah, I don't know. Hangouts has had some hang-ups lately. So, I know you guys got stuff to do, so go do what you've got to do. But there's 3 videos right there, guys and gals, that, will walk you through the process. All right. If you're looking for one-on-one help with it, if you want some more individualized coaching or assistance and stuff like that, you can learn more about that by using the form on this page to create your account in the Academy, or you can just get back with the person that referred you to this hangout tonight, and they'll be more than happy to help you get started. Okay. So with that, you guys have a great night and God bless you. I'm going to go have some dinner and we will see you tomorrow night, same time, same place, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. God bless you. Bye for now.